What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we're going to be talking about the zone coverage. For those of you guys that missed out on Good Morning Madden, it was definitely confirmed, like I told you guys at the beginning of the game, this is intentional the way the zones are playing. Some of you guys are like, yo, Gmi, you going crazy? A lot of you guys came back like, yo, G, you was right. The reason that I was able to determine that this is the way EA wants the game to be played is simply because we played, Madden 21 Next Gen. We saw that the defenses can play it. Now remember, I do want to go back to the beginning when Madden 21 Next Gen first dropped, late December 2020. I believe it's when it dropped, right? At that point, the defense wasn't working either. The Deep Blues would run away from everything, similar to what we're seeing right now. The only difference is EA is correlating it based on actual football, like the points per game, the zone coverages, all that stuff like that. But theoretically it's a video game, so it's kind of crazy because those of us that play it and been playing it for a while, we got used to players doing what we told them to do. Over the last 6 or 7 years, the players don't tend to do exactly what you tell them to do. They do whatever they want. So because of that, a lot of us have been into we've been in a blind rage, like, what is this? Like, it's just constant rage. No matter what stream you go into, somebody is always raging. Now, the reasoning behind that varies. Some dudes just suck at Madden. Some dudes are just like, yo, listen, I've been playing for a while. I've seen competitive players that are actually in the MCS rage more than I've ever seen before. Now, when you look at the zone coverage, right? Let's just talk about a few things, because you can evaluate it based on the type of player, the type of card. But remember, we've gone as high as Jalen Ramsey down to our free Deion Sanders, and we've seen no differences in the way that they react based on their attributes. Now, we're going to take a look at Antrell Roll because I want you guys to understand what's going on. He's a slot archetype, and we've now added mid-zone to him. So if you were part of the last stream, shout out to you. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't already. You know what it is. But being a slot archetype, he gets this ability for 1 AP. I'm going to explain to you guys the reasoning behind why I chose to do it in a second. But I want you to look at his attributes. So 87 zone, 88 man, right? Regardless of what happens, EA is saying that we have to wait for better cards to have over the 90 zone and stuff like that, and they'll play. The issue with that is they're not doing anything that makes any sense with this current zone. So what you're saying is with the flip of a switch and going over 90, all of a sudden everybody's going to be playing like they have a brain. I just don't buy that, because even with the way he is right now, there's only 2 more tiers left. You got the 90 and the 95. So something's going on. I don't know exactly what it is that's going on, but I told you it was intentional because the game is not just dropped like this by accident. Like, I don't think that it would make sense for them to even bother it. And a lot of the things that they're doing, like pretty much everything that I told you that was going to happen is happening. Because if they bother the zones, right? Let's say it goes back to, like, what was that, Madden 17 or 18, where 91 zone coverage was out of control, just like locking everything up. Or maybe it was even 16 with the reaction time where we actually saw it. If they play around with the zone coverage, it could alter the way everything else goes within the game. And I told you guys that because of just experience of dealing with the differences that come with the game. It's something that everybody needs to understand as they go along with, as Madden continues to progress. That's something that we've been dealing with over a lot of the years. We should get a medal. If you've been playing Madden, since they changed everything in 16 till now, you should have a medal, because we've pretty much been part of the experimentation. So now, in order to get any kind of reaction, you have to put a coverage of a mid-zone or a deep zone. I don't even know if deep zone works, but mid-zone reacts no matter where they are in coverage. So what does that mean, right? What am I doing with him? My intention right now is to play Antrell Roll at safety. And then when I want to play a cover 2, he'll play that cover 2 zone, right? He'll be able to move around and actually make sense. I got a fun fact for you. I showed it several times. For those of you guys that have subscribed to GmiasWorld Gaming, you'll see the full-length video later. I played a game where I zoned my safeties in the cover 2 safety over and over again, right? And they continuously played an inside third. Now, whether or not that's something that EA is saying, like, these players are not good enough to do it, he was one of the guys. So he has an 87 zone coverage. If you're telling me that these players can't play it, based on what they have right now, I don't have an issue. But don't tell me that as soon as the players get better, they're gonna all start playing it, because that just doesn't make any sense. And that's what's been happening. A lot of us have just been going with the flow. And it's become really, really annoying when we actually see what's going on. Because now that I've done this, I can tell you this much. Eddie Jackson, he actually played better with mid-zone, but he was too slow. So he was a problem. Now, with this guy with 93 speed, he should be able to actually do stuff. So with the way that like everything that's going on right now, I think what's going to happen ultimately, we're going to all figure it out. The same way I'm figuring it out right now, where I'm telling you guys, like, look, you're going to need the mid-zone. I've always, like, kind of stayed away from mid-zone in the past, and, you know, like, yo, bro, it sucks. I even did an interview when I was talking with Gutfox, and they actually had tuned mid-zone down on the current gen of Madden 21. Then when Madden 21 Next Gen came out, it went back getting boosted. Now, they actually moved. Without this ability, it's going to be very, very hard for you to play zone. So I'm letting you guys know this, like, although I've been against it, I have no choice at this point. They just pretty much validated everything I've been saying about the game. So its abilities, its training, and it's your mom's credit card, or if you're on your own, it's your credit card. But a lot of you dudes be on your mom's credit card. It's all good, dude. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, regardless of the way that you go, you are going to notice a difference with the way that they play zone if they have the mid-zone capability. Now, who is the other guy that's going to be playing zone for me? I can't put another player that's not a 49er on my team, so I'm not even going to go after Ed Reed. The next player is going to be not Antrell Roll. It's going to be Fabian Morale, whichever way you say it, right? We're just going to call him Fabian for now, okay? He is a zone archetype, so he's going to get it for 1. Now, he's also a 93 speed. So let me explain to you what's going to happen. This is the detail. When you come out and you quick hike or whatever, or I mean your opponent is quick hiking you and you don't know what's going on, you can now audible to a cover 2 and know that the safeties are going to make an attempt to cover where they're supposed to. It's an attempt, not a guarantee. Now, you have to roam the middle of the field and take care of business everywhere else. No, there's nothing else you could do besides that, right? So you now should have a 93 speed zone archetype with, you know, or slot archetype with this actual ability. And with this ability, you'll be able to perform suitable. Is there a chance you're going to get beat deep on a streak and rage? Yes. I don't want you to feel that this is 100% working, but it's going to work better than the way the cards are naturally designed, regardless of what they say attribute-wise. Because the attributes we're seeing, right, even though he's an 82 zone coverage, his archetype allows him to get the mid zone for 1, so it works. All right? With everybody else on your team, I'm getting a lot of, yo, Gmias, should I just go all mid zone? Let me explain to you why I have not gone all mid zone and why I have, you know, acrobats. When you get people that throw hitch routes, which is the pro players down to a guy that don't know what he's doing. Everybody throws hitch routes every now and again, right? Your player will not pick it off no matter what coverage you're in. They'll just stand there. Even if you have a zone underneath, you have a manned up, he's pressed, they won't pick it. Acrobat allows them to dive after the ball. So those I would recommend having out in the field. For your zone archetypes or your slot archetypes, I would recommend using mid-zone and putting them at safety. Unless you just like got a crazy team and you have Ed Reed and whoever else, you know, these are the players that I would use right now because they don't cost as much. So you don't have to go out and go crazy and spend a lot of money. But, like I said, Dion is trash, but on a 49er theme team, he's a 92 speed with the strategy cards. So he'll get burnt, but he's good enough to be out there right now. This is the formula, acrobats and mid-zone, so that way at least you can play a cover 2 shell. Because they do play it a lot better because they have that ability on them. Outside of that, there's literally nothing else you can do. All you can do is pray when a guy throws the ball right at you. But again, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to do my best to kind of get you guys out some more info about it once I actually test it out. But this is the way that EA intended the game to play, so that's just the way it's going to be for now. As the cards get better, I do not foresee it being a situation where the game gets better, but I do believe we'll be able to do a little bit more because the cards will be faster, so they can recover easier if you're actually in the zone. But still, if you're running cover 3 and somebody has like a flood concept on that side and then, you know, has a streak, you're getting burnt deep for 6. Nobody's going to pay attention to the streak in the slot. If you got a wheel route underneath it, nobody's going to pay attention to it. So those zones, they just will not react. Maybe with mid-zone, we have a shot. I'll be testing it out soon, and I'll let you guys know exactly what's going on with it. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.